All right, all right. We are officially live here. Thank you for guys for joining me today. My name is Andrea Wilson. I'm the broker and owner over at Brick House Realty. And so I feel like it's been too long. It's been a minute since I've brought on my lender partner to talk about your mortgage update. I feel like the year is halfway over. We're like a couple weeks away from the year being over. And I felt like it was due time to kind of recap what we saw the first half of the year with so many changes because of COVID. And now we're going into the second half of the year, what you need to know if you're thinking about buying a home in the near future. You are at the right place. So thank you for joining me. Chris, go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone.
Well, hello everybody. My name is Christopher Hardy. I go by Chris, but I'm a loan officer for UHM. Been with the company basically for 2021. I've been a loan officer for about 4 years. Been in the business for about 8. So I've been rocking with Brick House for a while now.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to share this out. So if you guys are watching, please share this out with the folks that you know. They don't want to miss out on what's going on. I get a lot of DMs and questions on a daily basis about how to get approved. What do I need? I had a bankruptcy. I'm looking for down payment assistance. So this is the time that you can get all those questions answered right here. So Chris, I guess I'll start with just kind of backtracking a little bit. 2021, we started out still with this whole COVID situation. Now, last year during COVID, it was like a lot of curveballs, being thrown throughout the mortgage industry. Then we saw that the market, they kind of loosened up in the market. I guess it wasn't so scary at that point for investors. And then starting out in 2021, wasn't so bad. What would you say is the biggest takeaway from you in the first half of 2021?
Well, just like you alluded to, it started out with a lot of COVID restrictions, and then as I would say around March, as the year started to get on, you start to see lenders and banks start to loosen up rules a little bit. Not to say that we're back to work as usual, but the credit scores were they had roles, and they started kind of limiting some of the risk loans, and then now you're starting to see some of that stuff starts to come back a little bit. Rates were probably a little bit lower beginning of the year, still low, still good, but you have seen them kind of increase just slightly with the times as the economy kind of gets back to normal.
Okay. Um, so that's kind of like the scare. People
Yeah.
are just kind of like, "Oh, am I too late, to purchase as far as interest rates, or do I still have time?" Everybody wants the crystal ball to know the perfect time, like how low is low for rates and everything like that. Do you think it's a good time to purchase?
And as I always say, it's always a good time to purchase. It's kind of like I would kind of compare it to the stock market. Just because the stock is up or down or the market is up or down doesn't mean it's not a good time to invest. You just got to kind of go with the times because you never know which way it's going to sway. And so with that being said, if the rates go up and then the market goes down, don't worry. There's refis for you to get you back down there. But more than likely, they'll probably start to inch up a little bit. And so every at this point, you're going to be low. So there's always don't worry about maybe when to jump in. I think it's a good time. But as you would know, it's more about the competition in the market, and that's the main takeaway for right now is there's extremely a lot of competition in the market. However, there's still people still getting deals. People are still finding homes. I think keeping an open mind to options has helped people. And there's a lot of great investors and people out there that's rehabbing homes and trying to get a lot of homes on the market. Absolutely, it's a good time to buy. Just be patient with it. It might not be a 2 week process. It might be a 2 month process. But I'll never say it's not a good time to buy because it, I mean, it's still historically low rates. if you're thinking about just the payment part. Now, inventory is a little different. I think you need to be, like I said, creative, open mind. Um, but honestly, I talk to people all the time. Renting is not the best. It's tough for renters too, you know. So it's not like you're gonna miss out or it's gonna be easier to rent. A lot of times, a lot of these good places it's hard to rent. So why not buy? And that's what I get a lot too. It's like, well, I'm thinking about renting this and that, and it's like, well, you start to paying 12, 13, 14, 1500 for rent. Absolutely, it's time to buy. You know.
So, do you think as we're going into the second half of 2021, do you think we're going to start seeing more increase on interest rates?
um, Again, I think it's going to start to inch up just ever so slightly. It's not like it's going to make the 3% to 4% jump right overnight, but you start to see like I'll pull, and you start to see a quarter, quarter up, half a point up, and then maybe for a week or two it goes back down. Then
Mm-hmm.
then it goes back up a quarter or half, and then it goes back down. So definitely, this time last year, absolutely, we were probably in the twos to threes. Now it's more so the threes to fours. Not to say that you can't get something in the twos with a 15-year, a great credit, or there's still opportunity for those extremely low rates. But like I said, ever so slightly, you're starting to see the just a slight increase in that. Um, but that's the name of the game. We're getting back. People are working again. So that's just kind of the nature of the business.
I know one of the focus and areas President Joe Biden is working on. There's been a lot of talks about just offering some kind of funding for people to kind of encourage people to buy houses.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, some of those programmings that I'm seeing are actually for first time like home buyers, which I think is great. Like I always love a first time home buyer product. However, I personally feel that it's going to cause more disruption, bad disruption kind of in the market from the standpoint of we already have low inventory. So now if you're throwing out kind of like a pool of money to go towards like down payment to encourage more buyers,
Mm-hmm.
it's only going to impact the housing stock even more. I almost wish that he would give some sort of incentive to sellers to help encourage them to sell their home versus on the buyer side of it. Have you been watching that at all? Like, so there, it's been changes. There's nothing set in stone just yet. But have you been seeing any of it at all?
Yeah, so I'm following it just like you. I think it's awesome for first time home buyers. The amount of money that they're trying to put out is a substantial amount. So of course, what I would do with something like that is obviously we would put more money down or try to buy down the rate. But I've been watching that. I'm with you though. It's going to create more of a demand, and it's like where's the inventory, especially if you look at the fact that the cost of materials is going up. So it's slowing down builders and investors a little bit with the shortage of materials. So here you have that perfect storm where it's like, okay, we're creating more buyers and a higher demand, and therefore we can't even fathom how to start to accommodate that type of demand because the building, the materials is slowing that stuff down. And then, you got sellers. They do need some encouragement. Now, on the flip side of not first time home buyers, I did read something about maybe they're trying to kick away maybe a tax credit. And then there are programs out here for tax credits. I don't think they're that strong. I think they need to kind of get a little bit stronger, especially with Cuyahoga County. We got high property taxes, and they're some of the higher ones for the homes in the country, actually. So I would like to see some kind of tax credits just to kind of maybe pull some other, not first time home buyers, but pull some other people out and maybe encourage some of these sellers to level up, and go up to the next level which will allow more first time home buyers to get those more. So I would say starter homes, you know what I'm saying, or the inner city, inner ring suburbs, so that the people that's already there can maybe level up and go after bigger stuff. And a lot of times they may have a down payment because they're going to sell. They're going to make money off their home. But what else can incentive can we give them? You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see them get a little bit more creative on that, to help everybody out. Because first time home buyers, man, it's a good time for you guys. And even on your second home, I mean, like I said, if you got a home and you want to sell, this is the time. It's just that the confrontation of it is, okay, where do I go? And you start to see people they're taking advantage of it, and they're just living with relatives and in-laws until they figure out their home situation.
Yep.
So that's a public service announcement. If you want to sell, go ahead, man. I mean, you're going to get the money. Figure out a way of where you want to go. And if you, like I said, if you got to take an alternative housing, but if you're looking and saying, hey, I want to put the down payment on the next big house, this is the time, because there's a lot of people that's getting a handsome dollar for their homes, and paying off whatever mortgage they have, and still having plenty of money to put down on that next home, and maybe even do some improvements at this point. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So one of the questions I want to kind of answer, I get this question a lot, especially because right now, with it taking so long to secure a place, people are really afraid that pre-approval is going to expire on them. And honestly, we are seeing those pre-approvals expire a lot more than we would like to. Obviously, we would like to get out there, find your home, get things rolling. But it is taking, we're being patient as real estate agents. We're being patient with you. We're finding a home that meets you and your family needs. So we don't want to just have you in anything just because
Absolutely.
you want to buy a home. So it's taking a little bit longer. But where the fear comes in is that you hear they work so hard protecting or raising their credit score. And so now you're saying you have to pull my credit again. Have you seen like a drastic drop in the credit score when you have to run the credit again? Like, so you ran the credit, got the pre-approval, but now you ran it again and now they can't qualify type of scenario because you ran the.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I see them both ways. So I'm seeing a lot of both. There's people that I've worked with and I started out with, and they started paying some stuff, but they was like, well, I'm gonna pay this stuff, Chris, but I'm ready now. And because of the time that it's taken, I've been able to come back and reevaluate credit, and the credit has gone up and put them in even a better position. But in the same breath, I've seen people's credit tank, and we had to readjust fast. I've seen people like, well, I know you've been shopping for 150 this whole time, but maybe we got to bump it down now, and that's not what you want to hear, especially in this market. But I'm seeing that too. And as a general business rule, I've started to go back and reevaluate my pre-approvals and just let people know, hey, just checking in with you guys, because it's a good thing for me to check in with people because it's so long, and you don't ever want to lose anybody, or somebody gets bored or whatever, and try something new. So you try to stay up with those people and just check in every now and then, with the realtor and with the person. And so I've been doing that, and now I'm starting to check credit reports and say, hey, by the way, you got 30 days on this thing left. You got 45 days on this. And as we talked about prior talks, you got 4 months, but really after 3 months, if you haven't found anything, it's time to reevaluate the credit. It's time to pull, because a normal business transaction is going to take 30 days. So if you haven't found a house and we got 30 days left, I'm just giving you the heads up. We're going to have to pull credit, basically within the next 2 weeks, sooner than later. So I'm seeing that a lot as well. And honestly, I've seen people's stuff that's had dropped, or they added something that wasn't there. Maybe when I pulled credit in the beginning, it just didn't kick in. I've seen someone where they bought a car, they never told me, and so it didn't show, because it's not going to show. Just so you guys know, if you bought a car today and I pull credit today, we're not going to see that car at all. into down the line. So I've seen that, and then we've pulled. And it's like, wow, you just lost like three, four, 500 in your debt to income ratio. We got to reevaluate this. So yeah, I see that too. And especially more because, like I said, I mean, once upon a time, it was like, all right, uh, I would get a pre-approval, and I mean, 20-25% of the time, people are getting a pre-approval on Thursday and Friday, and I'm getting the contract on Monday, and that wasn't really that strange of a process to happen. But now, it's like I said, 2-3 months, and every now and then you catch a couple of unicorns where they just found a house right away, and it's like wow. But normally, and I would stress this to potential buyers, give yourself 2-3 months. If you're coming in this thing saying, "Hey, my landlord just told me I got to go out in 30 days, and I'm trying to buy instead of rent," that expectation, I got to set the expectation that you might want to find a contingency of a short-term living, because it's not going to happen. Even with 45 or 60 days, if that's all you got and it's a hard stop 60 days, I would still have a plan B, because you get out there and again, Brick House, and some of the better realtors out here, they're not going to just throw you into anything, and that's a discipline because everybody gets paid for closing deals and stuff, but you want somebody that actually has a little bit more of a tempered mind to say, no, I'm I'm more care about my product and my service and getting people in something they feel comfortable with instead of just kind of rushing through the process.
Right.
Also, so you want that, and because of that, good realtors are willing to go that extra 30 days or 60 days. They're willing to talk to people and say, hey, how do you feel about this? I kind of sense that this is not really the one. I've seen it where realtors are walking away and say, you know what, they decided this is not the one. We're going to kind of keep moving. So give yourself time to find a house. But people are still getting closing costs. I hear all this stuff about conventional loans only. I do more government loans than anything. People are still getting those. It's
Yeah.
just really about doing your due diligence, having the patience to find what you want, and keep an open mind. I mean, everybody wants to live in the hot spots, and I get it. But there's other places and there's other neighborhoods that can give you that same value if you're looking and you keeping an open mind. So.
All right, there you guys have it. Happy to report and give you your mortgage update. Chris, how can they get in contact with you if they have questions?
Wonderful. As you guys see below, this is my Facebook, based on my business page, Christopher I. Hardy. If you Google that, you're going to find me with my NMLS number. You got call Chris _ for home loan. That's my Instagram. But again, if you put in Chris Hardy Union Home, I'm going to, just search me. But once again, it's call Chris _ for the number 4 home loan at Instagram. My number is just for whoever has a photographic memory. My number is 216-702-7021. But again, if you Google me, search me, or I'll obviously contact Brick House. Hopefully, I'll be one of the people that they put on their list. So.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to either one of us. If you're not already, please like and subscribe to this channel. You don't want to miss out on all the great information that we provide to you guys. Again, my name is Andrea Wilson. I'm the broker and owner over at Brick House Realty. We work with buyers, sellers, and real estate investors here in Northeast Ohio. So enjoy the day. Thanks for joining us, and we'll have Chris back soon. We won't wait so long next time, but we'll bring Chris back, giving you your update, answering those common questions. All right, have a good day, guys.
Thank you, guys.